Hey everybody, welcome back to Steve's Garage. It's been a while, but it is summertime and we are going to Cars and Coffee on Sundays, car shows, enjoying the outdoors. We just had the 4th of July. Happy 4th of July to everybody. And anybody who served in the forces, thank you very much for your service. We appreciate that. We live in a free America. Hey, as you can tell, we're doing some sketchy shit today. We are going to attempt to jack this motorcycle up and get it in the back of my Ford, my 52 Ford. So, just to let you know about this bike, this was a bike I built about 8 years ago or so, and I was driving by a house where I live, and it was just the frame was black, the motor, the frame, the two wheels, handlebars, no tank, no motor, no exhaust, and it had a sign on it for $800. And so I stopped and I saw the guy and I said, hey, what's up with the motor? So he brings me down in the basement and or in the garage, I should say, which is a lower level. And the motor had the head off, a flannel shirt stuffed around it, a couple laundry baskets full of parts, a tank, And so I said, I made him an offer, and he said yes. So it was less than 800. And literally, this is the epitome of a basket case. It was in baskets. So I go there with my trailer, I throw everything on, bring it home, and I start. And what I did was I rebuilt the motor from scratch, and it's a Yamaha XS650, 1981. And the XS650s are very popular. There's a big bobber community. They make these into bobbers, and that's just what I did. So I rebuilt the motor, I painted it, I had these risers for the seat. I drew out these spider webs, and I'll show you more detail after. And I had those water jetted out for me. And I made my own electrical box. This is all electrical in here. I made my battery box, which is down there. So the whole original wire harness, I stripped out what I didn't need and put everything in there. So I don't have a lot of wire showing. But runs great and all that. I just thought I would put it in the back of my old 52 Ford for entertainment value. Just another little curiosity to bring to the shows with me. So I hope everyone's having a great summer. Today I'm sweating like it's first day of summer school, you know what I mean? It is, it's like 90 degrees and just 100% humidity today. It rained like hell this morning and it's cloud covered, so it's just bad, humid. And I've got my little air conditioner working over in the corner there, doing a pretty good job, but surely it's not doing what I need. But we're going to make you a video. I haven't made a video in a couple of months. Thank you for everyone who subscribed. We've got another 100 subscribers. We're 833 subscribers now. Thank you very much. And I appreciate all the great comments. People, sending great comments on the videos they see. And I interact with a few people, not everybody. Sorry about that. But it's all good. And thank you so much. Please like, subscribe, send me a comment, tell me what you think. And let's get going. So I'm going to jack this thing up, drop the tailgate. I'm going to back the truck under this, and hopefully it all goes smooth. We'll see. This is a 2,000-pound hoist. The bike's about 600 pounds, so it's no problem with that. Now the obvious problem I have is, of course, I work alone. So it'd be nice to have someone here to maybe hold this thing in place while I back up, but I don't have anyone, so we'll see what happens. All right, it looks like I got a pretty good landing zone, so Let's see what we got to do. First thing I've got to do though is I've got to screw in the bracket in the back. So I'm going to move you guys so you can see what I'm doing in there, and we'll go from there. I think that'll be all right. So, 4th of July. I'm going to get a ladder because I don't want to jump over that tailgate. So this is a tire rack, so the tire will go right in here, the front tire, and then we'll use straps to strap it down the sides. Okay. So now I'm going to move you. Try to keep you where the action is. I'm going to back the truck up under the bike. That's where you need the other person, right there. So far, so good. How you doing? Everyone doing good? Good. Okay. Okay now. So now, of course I can't reach the bike. Alrighty then. All right. That is cool. Couldn't be happier. Move some stuff around. All right, cool. Very cool. It. And it fits. I measured it first, if you're wondering. Measure 3 times, and then measure it one more time, just to make sure, you know how it goes. I swore that was 58 inches, and it's 85. Careful with my metal here. I can scratch my tank if I can. doggy. All right. So, there you have it. Let's see where you are again. Sorry about that. All right. So, I'm sweating up a storm, but price you pay, right? So since I saw you last, a bunch of stuff's been going on, all good stuff. If you look at my videos and you've seen the old boat tail that I made, the boat tail speedster out of Model A, and I call it Duesenberg look because it's kind of like that, you know, open cockpit, Duesenberg-y, Auburn, you know. That one, when I was building it, you know, I have a little camera that goes in that you can inspect inside tanks and stuff. And that tank was clean as can be. And so I made the biggest mistake you can make when you're building a car, and I trusted it. You know what I mean? So never trust anything that's, you know, it's 95 years old, right? So when I filled it up, I came out the next morning, and right around the steering column is a bracket that old Henry Ford, they must have gooped it up with some type of sealer. I don't know what they would have used back then, some type of a rubber sealer. And they put it on the tank and they riveted it right through the gas tank, which, you know, looking back, of course, you always have to remember they were learning back then. They were inventing the car, so everything they did was trial and error. And but that worked great for years. But of course, that rubber stuff after all these years broke down, and I had gasoline weeping out of that bracket. So I went on the Ford Barn Forum, which is awesome, by the way. You know, a lot of guys, I'm sure Chevy, Ford, you name it, Volkswagen, everybody has a forum. And I said, hey, my tank's leaking. I don't know what I can do. And a bunch of guys said, you know, empty it out, let it dry, which I had already done, and clean up, you know, sand and clean up that all around that bracket, and then use JB Weld for gasoline. And I used that, and it sealed it up great. So the second problem was when I went to a car show, I filled it with gas, and I never fill them. I mean, I bring it up so it's maybe 4 inches in the tank, so I know I can get to where I'm going and back. I just don't like a full tank. A Model A, it's right up front, and you're driving with modern drivers today, so you never know, you know, God forbid you get in an accident, you don't want a full tank of gas. So I come out to leave for the show, and I smell gas. So apparently, if you know how a Model A cowl is, you know, your steering wheel's here, and this has a beautiful shape right down around it. And I had welded panels on the side there because it was all screwed up, and I must have burnt through the tank up high, because when I got about, you know, 4 inches of gas in, I had a leak, a secondary leak. So once again, I kicked myself in the ass, because when I did my black hot rod, which I was on my site also, the black one with it's got gas or green tires and the black body and all that. That one, I took the tank off. We tumbled it, washed it, and then I bought, it's called Cream. Literally, it's I think it's KREEM for gas tanks. And you buy a half a quart, and you have an AB mixture. They have like an etch. You etch the inside of the tank, then you have an AB mixture. You pour that in, and you do one of these with the tank, and every which way but loose. And it puts like a some type of when you feel it, it's almost reminds you like the inside of a clamshell. I mean, it is shiny and perfect. You know what I mean? So that tank is beautiful, does not leak. And if I had done that with this one, I would be avoiding everything I'm into now. So literally, just before I started this video this morning, which is Saturday, July 6th, 2024, that's for 1,000 years from now when they watch this video and know what day it was. And I just got delivered a new fuel cell, a gas gauge, electronic sending unit, and I'm putting a new gas tank, and that'll be coming up soon. I'm going to take that whole thing apart, put a new gas tank. So this will be in the back behind the seats. It'll be a whole much safer, a much better setup, and I'll feel much more confident about the car if we have some type of an issue. So, with all that said, I put the tailgate on my 1952 Ford, which we're working on now, and I put the headliner in, and I got this bike. So let's show you a little more about this stuff, and then we'll wrap this video up. And again, thank you everybody for coming back. We're having our little chat today. So here's the, this is the original tailgate that was on the truck when I bought it. And people say, well, why didn't you leave the patina on the truck? Because that's like the latest craze. Everyone is into this whole patina thing. But there was so much rust and rot on the truck itself. As you can see, like these holes and these holes. So imagine the rest of the truck looked pretty much just like that. So I had a lot of repair to do. And you would have lost the patina no matter what. So I did it in black and tan. And those of you who haven't seen this truck, 1952 Ford F3, right there, F3. And that's the nickel that was on the truck. I mean, nickel plating really lasted on these trucks. So this is the Ford F3. It has the original flathead motor in it. I had to put a new radiator in it, but this is the original flathead that was in it. This flathead was rebuilt by a gentleman I knew. He passed away maybe 15 years ago. But the story behind this truck is I actually had bought this truck over 20 years ago, maybe 25 years ago. And about 4 or 5 years ago, I approached his, well, I went to pick up the truck. He wanted $600 for it. Now, again, 25 years ago, sitting in the weeds with trees growing through the back end. And I went up to pick it up, and he said, hey, my cousin came up here, and he begged me for it, so I had to sell it to him. I'm sorry. And I said, all right, it is what it is, no big deal. So I went and saw his cousin about 5 years ago who was 80, and the truck was in disrepair again, and in the barn, and hood up, and fuel pump off, and all that. And he sold it to me, and long story short, here we are. So I made these side steps in the shop here, because the other ones were pretty much rotted off the truck. I bought a new interior. This is the original seat, but I bought this seat cover, and I put it on myself with the hognose pliers and everything. Bought the interior rug, new blinker. The headliner I just put in. This was the headliner that he had, I think he had somebody put in himself, but it needed a lot of tuning up. So I got it, so it fits pretty good behind the rubber, and it looks pretty good. And we have some little side panels in now. And the truck is getting there. Oh, plus we have a visor only on one side. The screws for the bracket were only drilled on one side. The other side has like a stamp, but no screws. So probably at the Ford dealership, it was an option, probably $1 for a visor. So this nose, that is a paint that I used. It was a chrome paint over gloss black, single stage urethane, and it kind of looks like nickel in a way, I replaced the bumpers, same chrome that came with it, the nickel on here. Blinkers, of course everything works wonderfully. Still 6 volt, so you can see the battery with the 3 plugs on it. 6 volt. And no problem getting my sticker on here. There's that headliner. You can't really see it that well, but it does look great. And you know, all these fenders were rotted out, you know, about a foot up here, about a foot up there, and there was a dent pretty much everywhere on the fenders. Redid all that. So back to my XS650. This was just one of my bike projects that you know, I saw this on the front lawn. I saw the potential in it and turned it from baskets into what you see here. And anybody out there interested in XS650 bobbers, I might work out a deal with you. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I fall in and out of love with all these things, you know. And there's that rear end shot. I got the fancy skulls on it. I'm a skull guy, I gotta admit. Big Halloween fan, you know. Is what it is. So there it is, XS650. I believe that's a Diablo seat that I bought and installed brand new. And these are the webs that I drew. This is a weld-on hardtail rear end, because the XS650 Yamaha had a spring-loaded front end that came back standard, you know, with the shocks back in the day. So there it is, my brothers. I hope you love it. All I got to do is you know, strap this thing in, and I'm done. So that's basically it for today. So on behalf of all of us here at Steve's Garage, which is all of us right here, thanks for coming back. I hope you enjoyed this video. I haven't done one in a long time, and I enjoyed making it myself. Again, I'm sweating like a dog, and just looking forward to a little bit cooler next week, I guess. But hey, have a great weekend. Work on your projects. Any questions on anything, let me know. Love to hear from you. And that's it. So have a great day, guys. Thanks for coming back. See you next time.